Hey guys, I got two huge updates for you today in this video. First, we're going to look at Daniel Penny being found not guilty, and then also the UnitedHealthcare CEO killer. They found a suspect. Looks like it might be the guy. Big update for you today. Check out this clip from Fox News.
We're devastated, upset, angry, hurt. Over and over again, we keep coming to the system, asking the system to let us know that our lives have value.
Just like everybody else has vigilantes, we need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud. How about we do the same?
That was a lawyer for Jordan Neely's family, followed by a founder of Black Lives Matter New York. Breaking today, a jury has found retired Marine Daniel Penny not guilty of negligent homicide in the death of Neely on a New York City subway last year. Judge Jeanine Pirro has jumped in the chair for us to react, co-host of The Five. Judge, welcome. You have been on every minute of this trial. Yeah. What are your initial thoughts and reaction?
Well, my initial thoughts were when they said that they had a verdict, I said, oh my gosh, this is too soon. They were conflicted on the man too. They couldn't reach an agreement. And then all of a sudden I found out it was not guilty, which tells me that, you know, whatever questions they had on Friday, they resolved. And look, New York needed this and America needed this. People need to be able in a society where we readily admit that we don't have the police that we need, that they've been defunded, they are not everywhere, they're certainly not in the subway. And if someone comes in the subway and says, I'm going to kill an MF for today, and I don't care if I go to jail for the rest of my life, and people are so petrified that they feel like they're going to pass out, or they hide their head, or a woman takes a carriage to bring her baby closer to her, you hope that you've got Danny Penny on that subway car to protect you. And you know, I'm really outraged at these people who are saying, we need someone back. How about we do some vigilantism? You know what? Where were you when Jordan Neely was on the list of 50 of the most needy, homeless and mentally ill people in New York City, a city of 8 million people? This guy had open warrants for assaulting people on the subway. He had 42 arrests in 7 years. Where were you? And let's not kid ourselves. The guy was 30 years old. He was 6'2". He was taller than Danny Penny. He was crouched, threatening to kill on a moving, locked subway car underground. What are you supposed to do? Just let him attack people? Yeah. And in the end, Danny Penny did not believe that he had used deadly physical force. He held him until the police came.
Perhaps that's why this is so important. This is a Black Lives Matter activist slamming the white jury in this Penny case. And I want to get your thoughts out of it. Listen.
Forgive me for being jaded and cynical, but once we saw those non-white jurors, we knew that this case was over. Luckily for Daniel Penny, his skin was not like Jordan's. These wonderful white people, I hope they celebrate their Christmas while the Neely family is praying and asking God for comfort.
You know, I'll tell you, right off the bat, what she said 9. I mean, there were black, there were Hispanics on the jury. But maybe the better question is, why did Danny Penny make a decision to protect the African Americans on that subway car, the Hispanics on the subway car? Why did they jump in to hold Jordan Neely down? Because they felt that he was a danger. She's got it backwards. It's about time that instead of denigrating a Good Samaritan, we thank God and hope that there's a Danny Penny on a subway car when we're on it, confronted with deadly physical force, imminent deadly physical force.
Yeah, I mean, at this in this particular case, implications for how this will be handled in the future, especially in a very dangerous, crime-ridden New York City, where people are very scared to get on those train cars.
Well, do you remember they had AR-15s? They had the National Guard down there.
Absolutely. Still see it every day when some of us go down there. Judge, the latest on this suspect on the run in the case of the murder right here in Midtown Manhattan of this healthcare CEO. We are told that they've got this guy. They're questioning him. It's about 270 miles from where we're sitting right now and about equal distance from where he murdered that healthcare CEO outside the Hilton here in Midtown Manhattan. Your thoughts as we learn more and see these brand new pictures, which as you were sitting down, we discussed. Some of these pictures, this looks like a completely different person. Is this the person?
Well, look, when you've got experts and facial recognition people and they say it's the same person, I agree. Yeah. Okay, it's not up to me as a layperson to make the assessment that an expert can. But you know, the hairs on the back of my neck went up when they said that they found this person of interest in Pennsylvania. We were looking for Robert Durst, the serial murderer, and we found him in Pennsylvania. But I think that when you've got state, local, federal, NYPD is the best law enforcement agency in the country. I've always said that. But working together, they're going to find the guy. There is no question about it. They probably know who he is, and they're not going to do it and make the arrest until they've got everything they need.
It has the markings of this particular suspect, of somebody who wanted to leave a trail. You look at the markings on the shell casings. You look at what was left in this backpack that allegedly belongs to this person. Any of that send a message to you?
Oh, it absolutely does. There's a game going on here. I think that there is an undercurrent of something else, and I don't want to say yet, but I've got people who've contacted me and said there's more to this than you think. But then you've got this young guy who was dumb enough to flirt with a girl at the hostel and take his mask down.
Right.
I mean, that's like an amateur.
And stop at a Starbucks and a McDonald's and all these other places. Judge, thank you for all of your coverage of the Daniel Penny trial as well.
Thank God.
Many days outside of that courthouse here in New York City. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so there you go. Big update on both those cases. By the way, guys, I appreciate everyone for leaving a like on the video. Appreciate all the support, all the love, guys, from all y'all out there. Also, thanks for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, guys, hit that subscribe button because I'm trying to bring you the latest news every day from a conservative perspective so we can talk about what's going on. And really, I want to bring you the truth. That's the whole point of the channel, guys, is what do you believe nowadays? With 100 people saying 100 different things, what are the facts? What is the truth? And when we look at the facts for both of these cases, guys, I just want to say that it is a shame how we have treated law enforcement here in America. Now, I know law enforcement's not perfect. I know that cops make bad mistakes, make bad choices sometimes, and they ought to be held accountable for that, especially when they're dealing with people's lives. However, the loops that we have put our law enforcement through over the last few years is shameful. Our law enforcement today, our police officers that are tasked with protecting our communities, are afraid to act in today's world. They're literally having to wear these body cams to prove every single thing that they do, and they're afraid anything that they do can be used against them. It's insane. And my question is, with the Daniel Penny case, why does the criminal keep ending up as the hero? It doesn't make sense to me. Why does the person who has been a criminal his entire life, who has this many charges against him, who has done this, X, Y, Z, who is an active threat in the subway, why is he lifted up as the hero? And the guy that's trying to step in and save everyone, the guy who's trying to stop him, he's the bad guy. Of course, unfortunately, this man ended up passing away, right? While he's got him there in the chokehold. But he's just trying to keep the guy contained until the other law enforcement can get there. All right? All the witnesses, I mean, everything they brought out in the trial, it showed that there's not enough evidence to convict this guy. From everyone's perspective, he was a hero for stepping in, trying to save people, trying to keep people from getting hurt on the subway, and they paint him as the criminal in the case. Imagine the world that we live in, where our law enforcement can't effectively go in and shut down a threat because they're afraid that they're going to be put on trial and go through months and months and months of deliberations. It's ridiculous. Absolutely insane. And hey guys, good job New York Police Department, law enforcement, who caught the guy, the CEO killer, right? We've been following this on the channel the last few days. And, you know, we found, first of all, he threw away the water bottle with the saliva in it. He chunked the backpack with the money in it, right? And then he pulls down his mask to flirt with this girl. Well, like we saw in the clip, isn't that kind of an amateur? But they're saying this is way bigger, guys. Way bigger than what we see, what we think about. The messages that he wrote on the shell casings. All of that, you put all these pieces together, and I'm telling you guys, There's something bigger here, and I think it's going to be breaking over the next few days, and I'm 100% going to bring y'all all those updates right here on the channel. So again, be sure, guys, that you're subscribed. I want to say, guys, on this channel, we support our law enforcement because we're not idiotic, okay? We support the people that are putting their lives on the line. We support the military for protecting us, keeping us safe. Maybe I'm just a little bit old school when it comes to all this, guys, but maybe old school is the right way here because it is absolute insanity. Insanity what we have done to our military and what we have done to our law enforcement. Absolutely ridiculous. It's got to stop. It's got to stop, guys. And it takes you and me to say something. We just have to say something, right? Let our voices be heard. Get out there and vote. Make sure that we are making a difference. And that's the biggest thing, guys. It's one of the reasons I wanted to start this channel is that I want to be part of the difference. I want to be part of the difference, guys. We've got to make a difference in this world, and we're not going to do that by staying quiet. We've got to speak up when we see injustice. And holding our law enforcement and making them bend over backwards when they're trying to protect us, putting them through these cases. I mean, due process. I'm all for due process. But, my goodness, the outcry on this guy after he's found not guilty. Good. Glad he's found not guilty. Never thought he was guilty. And I'm glad they caught that guy I'm glad they caught the CEO killer. He's a dangerous person, needed to be taken off the streets. Absolutely insane. We can't allow assassins like that to be walking among us. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, guys, because I know you got some crazy ideas of yourselves that aren't so crazy. So hit me up in the comments, show some support, show some love. All right, I read all the comments. If you got an interesting perspective on this, I want to hear it. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I'll see you again tomorrow with another one. Y'all take it easy, guys, and peace.